Good morning, everyone. Okay. No. Everybody want to take a seat? Everybody want to grab a seat? That's looking good. Yeah, we're started. We're ready to go.
Good morning, everyone. Want to come in and get a seat?
I see.
Jack, Mark, Anton, come on down. Welcome, everyone, to Business for Christ. Welcome those on Zoom. And let me open in prayer, and then I don't think that Tom Terrific probably needs an introduction, but he's going to talk about the mind of the entrepreneur, part 3.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
So fasten your seatbelts because it should be very interesting.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man, that's right. All right, let's go to the Lord in prayer. Father God, we come before you this morning with our hearts full, looking for your peace, looking for the peace in the midst of a chaotic world we live in. Thank you for our endeavors, our business, and the way that you join us as we seek to honor you in everything we do. And we pray that you'll bless Tom in his presentation this morning. And we give you this day and this moment in our class. We pray in your powerful name. Amen.
Thank you.
All righty then. Well, happy terrific Sunday. It's always such a treat for me to be among fellow entrepreneurs. And I first of all wanted to start out by thanking everyone and letting everyone know how grateful I am to have this fellowship. I think 3 years ago, my journey started and somebody said, well, Tom, what's your business plan? I said, my business plan is to pay my rent. And it kind of started from there. We're into our 4th year with this business, and going from the guy trying to pay his rent, we're looking for now $1 million in capitalization this year. So it's in great thanks and gratitude to the people here who've been supportive of me. In any case, what I would like to talk today about regarding the mind of the entrepreneur, that it's an attitude of professional and personal risk-taking. Essentially, it's a personal destiny of an undeniable tenacity, hard work, timing, and luck. Somebody once said, the harder I work, the luckier I get. That's going to bring success to our business and personal lives. My overall company is Dartmouth Associates, and these are the different areas of making money. I know there's a term for that. Anyway, we've got to be fearless explorers of the unknown. This is a guy on the mountaintop. He's doing something fearless. We've got to challenge ourselves, because without challenge, we're never going to grow. So we've got to challenge ourselves both professionally and personally. In other words, it's an all-consuming lifestyle. You've all heard of Michael Jordan. The guy missed 9,000 shots, and he missed 26 game-winning shots, but made 28 shots that were winning. He still holds the record for 30 points per game average. In other words, he wasn't afraid to take the shot. Entrepreneurs, we run to the dark, many times without a flashlight. You know, we think there's something out in the dark that we may need, but sometimes we don't even have a flashlight. I think there are two types of entrepreneurs. There are some entrepreneurs that have an idea, a passion, they go for it, they find success, they hit that home run, they're happy with it, and they're done. They're just going to enjoy their enterprise. Then I think there are other people, and I think I'm kind of in this category. We keep swinging for the fences, success or not. It's just our nature. We get to one mountaintop, we're like, well, okay, what's over there? You know, wait a minute, there's something over there too. So anyway, it all works. It all works, but I think you have to find what's comfortable for you. Same kind of thing. We open the door, we don't know what's on the other side. But we won't find what's on the other side until we open the door. And I think that also is something that we entrepreneurs do pretty regularly. Babe Ruth struck out 1,330 times, struck out more times than any player. But in 1923, he had the highest home runs and most amount of strikeouts. And I guess the point here is, are you willing to strike out? And are you willing to spell R correctly? Oh yeah, I'm a mess. Wayne Gretzky, I love this quote. I missed every shot I never took.
There you go.
Right? Every shot I didn't take, I missed. How did he finish? Better than anybody else in career goals, and still to this day, single season goals. He took the shot. What else do? We walk the tightrope without a net. You know, we walk the tightrope without a net. You know, there are a lot of people that say, "Oh yeah, I got a business." Really? I mean, and it's okay to start a side gig and start, but at some point in that continuum, we've got to get rid of the net and say, "I'm doing it. I'm doing it." Wow. It's just what we're about. That guy is definitely doing it. But I think the one thing, and this is a perfect example, our incredible group here is an example of our tribe. And entrepreneurs, we need to reach out to one another. Because a lot of times, as positive as we can be, listen, never hurts to get that friendly phone call, an arm around the shoulder saying, "Listen, I was there where you are, it's all going to work out." Reach out. Okay, reach out. You don't have to do it on your own. In fact, Harry and I had a great coffee just a couple of days ago, you know. Wasn't an earth-shattering conversation, but it was just fellowship primarily. And I think it's important to do that with each other in this group. Starbucks, it is what it is. And again, given my random nature, I'm going to throw in a couple of things. As entrepreneurs, we're always trying to put a positive spin on things. Let me talk about my magazine for a second. Roar Magazine. This is what's going on. 67% of all revenue is going to go towards video ads. they're going to spend 48% less on magazine ads. Am I worried? No. But magazines rank second, only behind sponsorship events, as how we consumers like to see our advertising. You know, so that is something that I put out to potential clients. Also, we got to be looking over at the next mountaintop, the metaverse, crypto, blockchain, Crypto Craig, and we have Crypto Craig here.
Come on.
So what have we done? We've already got a corporate office building in the metaverse. And one of the things we're looking to do is to rent office space to some of our clients. It's crazy. It's off the hook. Just to show you a little bit about my business, we used to be just virtual. Now we are on Kindle, which is that electronic book that people can read by. But now, just yesterday, my editor has finally got it worked out. We are in every hard copy, accessible in every major global market. Because Amazon is the big dog, the big gorilla in the room, but they've got a software that is very difficult for anybody to put together a magazine the size and quality we have. So we actually had to hire somebody from Pakistan to reconfigure our magazine in order for it to be able to be accessible by people. And now it's 200 pages and it's as glossy as any Vogue magazine you'll ever see. Yes?
What does the ROR stand for?
ROR, this started back when I was first getting going. It stands for results oriented recruiting. It's kind of the name of all the services that Dartmouth Associates has. We've got ROR Executive Search, ROR Student Placement, ROR University, ROR Advancement Training. So that's what that is. I'm sorry, I should have done that. So anyway, that's just a screenshot of what it looks like if you go to it. I wanted to show you folks something. How much time have we got? Okay, very good. Let me do this here. Oops. Okay. Let me see here. Oh, I gotta go to the I make my screen small so I can. How do I get out of the slide?
Escape.
Escape, okay. Ah, thank you, Carlos. All right. I'm gonna go to here. Anyway, I wanted to show you what a pitch deck looks like. A pitch deck is basically a way, if somebody says, tell me about your business. Hi. It's the Island Girl. I want to talk about great branding. All right. Anyway, a pitch deck is when you go to potential investors and it tells your story. In a perfect world, some people say it should be 10 slides sometimes. It all depends upon your audience. But who's never seen a pitch deck before? Okay, all right. Anyway, I'm just going to run through this a little bit, but I thought I was going for a run and I said, you know what, I've never seen a pitch deck with an intro, with a video intro. Yeah, so anyway, this is the way my pitch deck starts. That's me.
Good morning. My name is Tom Schenck. I'm the founder and CEO of Dartmouth Associates, Family of Educational Services, a division of Schenck Enterprises Incorporated. We are seeking capital to substantially grow our company. After reviewing our deck, please reach out with further questions. We appreciate your consideration, and we are excited about the possibility of working with you. I wish you a terrific day.
Anyway, I mean, it's all You know, like anything else, it's all about personal connection. All about personal connection. I figured, well, they've never met me, you know. Maybe they like freckles, maybe they don't. I don't know. But anyway, a pitch deck. I'm sorry, everybody. A pitch deck basically takes people through
Good morning.
oh,
My name is Tom Schenck.
I know.
I'm the founder and CEO of Associates Family.
All right. I gotta escape.
And go back to your up. No, not that one.
All right.
Escape. Escape.
Where the top left click the corner,
Oh,
change your page.
Change my page.
On the top, change your page.
Right there. Slide show.
No, not that one. Go up, 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 right there. That's when you were on.
Okay, all right, we'll do that.
Okay. Start slow showing, go back. There you go.
Okay, all right.
Come back up and double
How
out.
do I back that up? Just this one? All right, I'm not gonna go through the whole deck, but I'll just finish my presentation. What I was talking about when I first started is we not only have to take professional risks, we have to take personal risks. What is this? This is yours truly at a senior Olympic swim meet last month. Well, I never swam competitively in college, but it's part of my workout routine during the week. It started this way. I was disqualified twice because I didn't grab a hold of the side when I was making my turns. Next one, I got 5th place. 4th place, I think that was the breaststroke. And then I finally got 1st place and qualified for the National Senior Olympics. I mean, you know, the time was embarrassing. It's my age group, trust me. But I guess my point here is that for me, competition personally is tied into the competition we as entrepreneurs face every day. So I guess my point is, don't just say I'm a competitive person in the business world. I mean, at least for me, this gets my juices going personally. And I'm going to give you another example of personal tenacity. This is my oldest son, Hagen. My oldest son was engaged twice before, and literally one was 2 weeks from the altar, and it didn't work out, thank goodness. But anyway, he wanted love. He wanted a relationship dearly. And he finally met this incredible young woman, Maddie, and after 2 months, she agreed to marry him. So I guess my point here is never give up on whatever it is. And I just love this picture. This is what after he had just asked her. I thought that was just a special photo. It kind of speaks to how excited she was as well, because she'd been in a very difficult relationship. But she didn't give up either. This is going to be a little gender specific, but because I'm a guy, I'm going to talk about it. Entrepreneurs, we have to be leaders by word and deed. And I guess now more than ever, because one of the things, as we all know, sadly, as men, we perpetrate probably 98% of all the horrific acts in this world. So as entrepreneurs and as men, we need to take responsibility to try to change things. And I've got a dear friend of mine of 63 years, very philosophical, kind man. But he talks about the fact that every adult male is not a man. You know, anybody can get to 21 if you live long. But he's come up with what he's called the prime directive. And he says that to become a man, we need to provide, protect, defend, and educate as men. And every one of those duties has a common characteristic, and that is sacrifice. And as a man, if we are not willing to sacrifice, you're not going to be a man. You've got to be willing to sacrifice. So we've got to strive for that manhood or help others strive for that manhood every single day. And I'm going to continue this gender-specific theme, but it works with everybody, I believe. It's a poem that has guided my life for most of my adulthood. It's the poem "If" by Rudyard Kipling. And I'd like to read that for you. Because as entrepreneurs, I think it's very profound. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you. If you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowances for their doubting too. If you can wait and not be tired by waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet triumph and disaster and treat those imposters just the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose, and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will that says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving moment with 60 seconds worth of distance run, the earth is yours and everything that's in it, and which is more, you'll be a man, my son. As I said, that's something that has guided me. It certainly applies to both men and women in terms of how we face adversity and be classy, regardless of what happens in our life. I guess at the end, whatever the end is for all of us, all we can say is we did our best, pursued our passions and expectations, that we felt we were both worthy and deserving. Somebody once said, don't think about it as goals, but rather we want to think about expectations. Well, of course, I expect to get this because I've earned the right to be worthy. I've earned the right to be deserving. Does anybody have any particular challenges they want to share with us this week? Any challenges that you have overcome or didn't yet? Any challenges that you want to share? I know we all have them. Carlos.
You know, on Friday, I wake up really early in the morning. And on Friday, around 5:30, I got a batch of requests from our auditor. Basically, a whole bunch of paperwork, like 38 pages of it. At 5:30, I put the coffee on, knocked it all out by 8:30. Typically, it would take me literally a couple of days, but I've been doing this for so long. You just hit it. Whenever there's some challenge you have, drop what you're doing, focus, get it done, and get it off your desk.
I had a challenge that was frustrating me. One of my revenue approaches is that I'm not going to do certain services, but rather I'm going to broker them out.
That's interesting.
So some of the things I do, like I've got the training, I've got the magazine that I'm actively involved with, but there are other things like student placement. In other words, I did it for 6 years. I don't want to do it. It's a very personal relationship you've got to establish with a number of families. So I wanted to find people who would become a strategic partner for me. Quite literally, I'd refer the family to them. They build the family and then they just kick me back 15%, my brokerage charge. But I was very frustrated because I couldn't find the people or people that said they were going to get back to me. So anyway, long story short, as Carlos said, you stick with it, you keep moving. And yesterday, in 24 hours, 3 people got back to me and they said, we're really excited, Tom, we want to do it. So before I went to bed, I knocked out a memorandum of understanding to all 3 of them. And now we're on to the next level. So, Harry.
Thanks, Tommy. Thank you, Robert. Tommy, I wish there was a friendly way to say this. There isn't. This year has been a train wreck. It just has. And like I was sharing a coffee the other day, insulted by a lot of premature death. We've lost a lot of family this last year, a lot of friends. You know, it's hurting. It really is.
Thanks, Harry.
Yes, sir.
What I learned, Tom, that if you have a problem, no matter what it is, if you're not being blamed, if you're not being called named, if you're not losing $1 million, let me tell you, the problem is not big enough. You gotta keep this is the door to success. You pray to God to get these problems, because that's how you get from here to there.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
Yeah.
Craig.
I have challenging days, sometimes hours, and I have on my desktop, Denzel Washington's thank you. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the challenges. You know, a lot of people live on their knees their entire life. They pay their taxes and they die. But some people have the opportunity for challenges, literally challenges. And it takes different forms, but at least you're alive, folks. You're taking risks. You know, you're going forward. I've made many mistakes. I look in the mirror and say, how the hell could I step in that one? But we keep moving forward. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the people. Thank you for all the things, you know, little things we take for granted. The bed you sleep in, the showers you have. It's amazing. Thank you for the challenges that the day brings.
Thanks, Craig.
I have several challenges. I did, as you know, I've been doing my barbecue sauce. I actually was reborn in this clan. Carlos knows. And we now have progressed that we have a co-packer, and they're going to do my sauce for me, which will enable me to go to like Bonds and Sprouts and all of that. And I've been working on it for quite a while, as most of you know, and it's come to a head. And I took on a partner with the barbecue sauce because I don't want to do it all myself. I have other irons in the fire. So I got a call last week from my partner saying there's a half pallet of sauce ready to be shipped right now. He says, and you're holding it up. And I said, I'm holding it up. I says, I've cut the check. I don't know what you're talking about. He says, we need a bio of you on the label. He says, he says, it's not complete. And so he says, I need it by the end of today. And a bio on you. And I'm said there, okay. And I couldn't think of anything good to write. What a challenge. I couldn't think of anything good of myself to write. Finally I did. I got the pen on the paper and I did get the bio in at the end of the day. But you talk about challenges that spring up. But I had to go back to childhood, and it was hilarious. I couldn't find anything good to write about myself. But I did get that challenge done by the end of the day.
Awesome.
Got a particularly difficult listing right now where the seller keeps changing her mind because she's older and she needs this money to live. The buyer's difficult. So it's gonna fall apart. And I was fighting it for a while, and then I finally embraced it. It's like, good, you know, now I can get her a better deal. Now I can get her the terms that she wants. And so once, for me at least, once I quit fighting the inevitable and go, oh, cool, it's an opportunity, then it makes it a lot more easier to move forward with that mindset. And if anybody knows that, he's a special ops guy or ex-special ops guy called Jocko. I don't know his first name, but he's got a thing on YouTube called Good. Like, hey, we got injured, can't deploy. Good. Now you got more time to study. You know, we're losing funds. Good. Now you can learn how to do with less. And so if you look at everything as good, it will be.
Not bad.
I think that. Well, what I want to do is I'll just swing through the pitch deck. Pitch deck, there's an overview of what the company is, the why, you know, really in the spirit of honoring my mother, did I start this in education? What's our strategy? What's the problem? How are we, you know, what's more details to the problem? The value proposition, you know, what are we going to do that nobody else is really doing? And then what specifically do we do? Our go-to-market plan, who's our competition, a little more about the company, and then the timeline. And I can send this to anybody, but these are services of advertising, what's going on, more types of advertising, more activities that we've got going. Then you always have the team. You know, I love Sagat. She is a Pakistani Muslim. And I said, for gosh sakes, you know, send me a photo with a smile. She is the dearest, nicest person. And you know, I've worked with her for almost 2.5 years. I've never spoken with her on the phone. And she explained something about she doesn't have a lot of time. It's all right. She does an incredibly superior product. And then more people on my team. And also getting back to this, I've got advisors. People who have ways to help you specifically with what you're doing. I've got other advisors as well. Mike Adams, you know, Craig. I do. One working with. You know, and then the safe harbor. This basically says if you invest, there's no promises. I got that from Carlos. Thank you, Carlos. Client testimonials. You know, looking for $1 million to fund growth. And again, thank you. So that's a real quick pitch deck. But if anybody wants me to send it to you, I'd be happy to. Any last statements of anything that anybody wants to share with the group about anything or any help you might need? Otherwise, thank you so much for all of this. That's what you call artistic license. My son did that.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, no, he's really my secret weapon. I'm having trouble getting him to do stuff now because he's in love.
All right.
Okay, so next, thank you, Tom.
Thank you, sir.
So next week, Anton's up.
Yeah.
We know how Anton presents, so it ought to be awesome. So let's close in prayer. Anything else, Carlos, we need to talk about? Okay, all right. Lord, thank you.
Oh,
Lord, thank you for this morning. Thank you for Tom. Thank you for how you've been a part of building his business. so successfully. It's an exciting story. Thank you for our community here and how we can share, reach out to each other, support each other in our businesses and our personal lives as well. And we just thank you that you're the focus of our lives, and we give this day to you. Amen.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Hope you had a good time.
Thank you.